What Poor People Don't Know About Making Money. Written and published by United Sports. Most people dream of financial success, but only a few ever achieve it. The painful truth is that poverty isn't just about a lack of money. It's about a lack of knowledge. The difference between the rich and the poor isn't luck, intelligence, or even hard work. It's the way they think about money. While the wealthy use their minds to create opportunities, the poor often remain trapped in invisible chains, following outdated beliefs about money. This audiobook is here to break those chains. If you want to escape financial struggles, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, then listen carefully. The first step to wealth is understanding the hidden money mindset of the wealthy. Money is not just paper, it is an idea. Rich people treat money like a tool, something that works for them, while poor people treat money as something they have to work for. This single difference changes everything. If you are constantly trading your time for money, you will always be limited because time is limited. The rich understand that money should be multiplied, not just earned. They invest, build businesses, and create multiple income sources, while the poor rely on a single paycheck, always at risk of losing everything with one wrong move. The biggest financial mistake poor people make is thinking that working harder will solve their problems. But if working hard was the key to wealth, then construction workers, janitors, and farm laborers would be billionaires. Hard work is important, but without the right money mindset, it leads nowhere. The wealthy know that smart work is more valuable than hard work. They leverage knowledge, systems, and networks to increase their income, while the poor remain stuck in the cycle of survival, working endlessly, saving a little, and hoping for a better future that never comes. Another key difference is how rich and poor people react to opportunities. Poor people often say, "I can't afford this," while rich people ask, "How can I afford this?" This simple shift in thinking creates a powerful difference. The poor immediately shut down possibilities, while the wealthy look for solutions. When you say, "I can't," your brain stops working. But when you ask, "How can I?" your brain starts searching for answers. It forces you to think creatively, to find ways to earn more, invest wisely, and take control of your financial destiny. Poor people also fear risk, while the wealthy understand that risk is necessary for growth. The biggest risk is doing nothing and expecting things to change. The rich know that every great fortune was built by taking calculated risks. They invest in themselves, their businesses, and their ideas. Meanwhile, the poor hold on to their money, afraid to lose it, and in doing so, they never give themselves a chance to win. The secret is not to avoid risk, but to learn how to manage it. Many people believe that the rich are just lucky, but luck is created by preparation meeting opportunity. The wealthy read books, attend seminars, seek mentors, and constantly expand their financial knowledge. The poor, on the other hand, waste time on entertainment, gossip, and distractions. They don't invest in themselves, and as a result, they remain stuck, watching others succeed while they struggle. The truth is simple. Money flows to those who understand how it works. Another crucial difference is that the poor see problems, while the rich see opportunities. Every major business today was created to solve a problem. Amazon, Tesla, Apple. All these companies exist because their founders saw opportunities where others only saw difficulties. Poor people complain about their problems. Rich people solve them and get paid for it. The lesson is clear. Stop seeing money as something others control and start seeing it as something you can create by solving problems. Financial freedom starts in the mind. If you believe that money is evil, hard to get, or only for certain people, then you will never attract it. The wealthy have a positive relationship with money. They respect it, learn about it, and use it wisely. The poor either chase it desperately or avoid thinking about it altogether. Change your mindset, and your bank account will follow. This is just the beginning. In the next chapter, we will discuss why schools never teach financial freedom and how this lack of education keeps people trapped in poverty. You will understand why most people are never taught to think independently about money and what you can do to break free from this system. If you want to change your life, don't just listen, apply these lessons. United Sports is here to help you grow and achieve financial success. If you found value in this audiobook, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to United Sports for more powerful lessons on wealth, success, and self-improvement. Your journey to financial freedom starts now. let's continue learning together. Why schools don't teach financial freedom. Schools are designed to create workers, not wealth builders. From a young age, people are taught to follow rules, memorize facts, and obey authority. They are trained to get good grades, find a stable job, and work hard for someone else. But nowhere in the curriculum do they teach how money really works. Students spend years learning history, science, and literature, but graduate without a single lesson on investing, saving, or building wealth. This is not an accident. It's a system designed to keep people dependent on jobs instead of giving them financial control over their lives. Most people grow up believing that education equals success. They think that if they just get a degree, they will automatically be financially secure. But this is far from the truth. Many of the richest people in the world either dropped out of school or learned their most valuable lessons outside of the classroom. They understood that success is not about how much you know, but about what you do with what you know. Knowledge alone doesn't make you rich, action does. The school system teaches people to work for money, but it never teaches them how to make money work for them. This is why millions of people struggle financially despite having good jobs. They follow the traditional path, study hard, graduate, get a job, and work until retirement. But at the end of their careers, they realize they have spent decades chasing paychecks without ever building true financial security. The rich understand that money is not earned by working. It is created through smart decisions, investments, and financial intelligence. One of the biggest traps that schools never warn people about is debt. Students are encouraged to take out massive loans for education, believing that a degree will guarantee a high-paying job. But for many, this dream turns into a nightmare. They graduate with thousands of dollars in debt and no real financial knowledge to handle it. Meanwhile, the wealthy learn early on that not all debt is bad. There is a difference between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is used to buy assets that generate income, while bad debt is used to buy things that lose value. Poor people take loans to buy cars and clothes. Rich people take loans to invest in businesses and real estate. Another thing schools fail to teach is how to manage money. People learn complex math equations, but never learn how to budget, save, or invest. As a result, even those who earn a good salary often struggle because they don't know how to handle their income. They spend everything they earn, living paycheck to paycheck, always one emergency away from financial disaster. The rich, on the other hand, follow a simple rule: pay yourself first. This means saving and investing before spending on anything else. Taxes are another subject that schools completely ignore. Most people don't understand how taxes work, and because of this, they pay more than they should. The wealthy, however, learn how to use tax laws to their advantage. They know that business owners and investors get tax breaks, while employees get taxed the most. This is why rich people focus on owning assets and businesses rather than just earning salaries. The poor work for money, while the rich make money work for them through tax-efficient strategies. Traditional education also discourages people from taking risks. Students are taught that failure is bad, that mistakes should be avoided, and that taking chances is dangerous. But in reality, failure is the best teacher. Every successful entrepreneur, investor, and self-made millionaire has failed at some point. The difference is that they learn from their failures instead of fearing them. Wealth is built by those who take calculated risks, not by those who play it safe. The rich understand that true education never ends. While most people stop learning after school, wealthy individuals continue to study, read, and improve their financial knowledge. They don't rely on teachers to give them all the answers. They seek out books, mentors, and real-world experiences. They know that the more they learn, the more they earn. Education is not about getting a degree. It's about getting the right knowledge to create financial success. Financial freedom is not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep and grow. A person earning $100,000 a year but spending everything is just as broke as someone earning $30,000. The wealthy focus on building assets, things that put money into their pockets even when they're not working. The poor focus on earning more income but never learn how to keep it. Instead of teaching financial independence, schools promote job security. People are trained to rely on a steady paycheck instead of creating multiple streams of income. But job security is an illusion. Companies lay off employees, economies change, and industries disappear. The rich don't depend on one source of income. They build businesses, make investments, and create passive income streams that allow them to make money even while they sleep. The truth is, financial education is a choice. The system may not teach it, but anyone can learn it. The internet, books, courses, and mentors provide unlimited knowledge. The only difference between those who succeed and those who struggle is the willingness to seek out and apply this knowledge. Anyone can break free from financial struggle if they take control of their own education. In the next part, we will discuss the power of income streams and why relying on a single paycheck is one of the biggest financial mistakes you can make. You will learn how the rich create multiple sources of income and how you can start doing the same. If you're serious about changing your financial future, don't stop here. Keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, take action. United Sports is here to help you on this journey. If this audiobook is giving you valuable insights, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to United Sports for more lessons on financial freedom and success. Your future depends on what you do today, so start now. The power of income streams. Never rely on one. Most people are trapped in a dangerous financial game without even realizing it. They rely on a single source of income, a job, a paycheck, a business, thinking that as long as they work hard, everything will be fine. But what happens when that one source disappears? What happens when a company lays off workers, a business shuts down, or an economy crashes? The truth is, financial security doesn't come from working harder. It comes from building multiple income streams. Wealthy people don't rely on just one way to make money. They understand that financial freedom is about creating different paths that bring money in, whether they are working or not. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. They build investments, businesses, real estate, stocks, side hustles, anything that ensures that money flows from different directions. The poor, on the other hand, live paycheck to paycheck, always depending on someone else to provide their income. This is why so many people struggle financially. They depend entirely on a job, believing it's safe. But no job is truly secure. Companies downsize. Industries change. Technology replaces workers. And when that single source of income disappears, most people are left helpless. The rich never allow themselves to be in that situation. They create safety nets by having multiple sources of income so that even if one disappears, the others keep them stable. Multiple income streams don't just protect you, they also multiply your wealth. Imagine having one stream of income, your job, and you work hard for 40 years. Now, imagine having 5 streams, your job, an online business, rental income, stock investments, and a side hustle. Over time, the difference is massive. The person with one income stream will always be limited, while the person with multiple streams will continue to grow financially. Most poor and middle-class people reject this idea because they believe they don't have the time. They say, "I'm too busy. I already work too much," or "I don't know where to start." But the truth is, they don't make time for financial growth because they are too focused on survival. The wealthy, however, use their free time wisely. Instead of wasting hours on entertainment and distractions, they invest that time into learning new skills, building businesses, and making investments. The first step to creating multiple income streams is to change your mindset. Stop thinking of income as something that only comes from a job. Start seeing it as something you can create. The rich don't wait for opportunities, they build them. They look at their skills, knowledge, and resources and ask, "How can I turn this into income?" There are countless ways to make money, but only those who look for them will find them. The internet has made it easier than ever to build additional income streams. People are making money through online businesses, content creation, freelancing, investing, and much more. But most people ignore these opportunities because they are too comfortable with their single paycheck. The wealthy never stop looking for ways to grow their income because they know that comfort is dangerous. One of the simplest ways to start building multiple income streams is by using what you already know. If you have a skill, turn it into a side business. If you have extra money, invest it wisely. If you have free time, learn something new that can bring in money. The key is to start small and grow over time. No wealthy person built all their income streams overnight. They started with one and kept adding more. Most people believe that creating additional income is risky, but the real risk is relying on just one income. Think about it. If you lose your job today, do you have other ways to support yourself? If the answer is no, then you are in a dangerous position. Wealthy people don't live in fear of losing one income because they always have others to fall back on. This is not luck, it's preparation. There is a powerful rule that the rich follow. Make your money work for you, not the other way around. This means that instead of only working for money, they build income streams that generate money for them. They invest in stocks, real estate, businesses, and assets that keep bringing in cash even when they sleep. The poor, however, only work for money, spending everything they earned and never letting their money grow. One of the greatest secrets of wealth is passive income. This is money that comes in without needing your constant effort. The rich focus on creating passive income streams: rent from properties, dividends from stocks, royalties from books or music, and automated online businesses. They work hard in the beginning to set these up, but once they are in place, money flows in without daily effort. Most poor people don't even consider this possibility. They think that money can only come from working more hours. But time is limited, and there are only so many hours you can work. The wealthy understand that they must separate their income from their time. They build systems, invest in assets, and create businesses that generate income even when they are not working. The key to financial success is to always be building. Never settle for just one source of income. Even if you have a great job today, think about what happens if that job disappears tomorrow. Will you still have money coming in? The rich never stop thinking ahead. They know that the more streams of income they build, the more financial freedom they have. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is waiting for the perfect time. They say, "I'll start when I have more money," or "I'll wait until I learn more." But the rich know that the perfect time never comes. They start with what they have, where they are, and they grow from there. The poor keep waiting, and before they know it, years pass and nothing changes. There are 3 levels of income: earned, business, and investment. Earned income comes from your job. This is the weakest form of income because it depends on your time. Business income comes from a side hustle or company. This is stronger because it can grow. Investment income is the most powerful. It comes from your money working for you. The wealthy focus on building all 3. If you want to escape financial struggle, you must start thinking like an investor. Instead of spending every dollar, put some into investments. Instead of only working for others, create something for yourself. Instead of waiting for opportunities, build them. The wealthy understand that every dollar is a seed that can grow into a tree if planted correctly. Building multiple income streams is not just for the rich, it's for anyone willing to take action. You don't need to be a millionaire to start. You just need to start. Whether it's a side hustle, an online business, real estate, or stocks, the most important thing is to begin. The earlier you start, the faster your wealth grows. The rich play the long game. They don't chase quick money. They build systems that pay them for life. They know that true wealth isn't about making money fast. It's about making money consistently. The poor stay stuck in short-term thinking, always looking for the next paycheck, while the rich build income streams that last for generations. Your financial future depends on what you do today. If you rely on only one income, you are at risk. But if you start building multiple streams, you take control of your financial destiny. The question is, will you take action, or will you keep waiting? The choice is yours. In the next part, we will uncover the poor spending habits that keep people stuck in financial struggles and how the rich use money differently. If you found this valuable, like, share, and subscribe to United Sports for more powerful lessons on wealth and success. Your journey to financial freedom continues. How poor spending habits keep you stuck. Money is a tool. It is meant to be used wisely, not wasted. But poor people often spend money in ways that keep them trapped in financial struggle. They focus on short-term pleasure instead of long-term security. They buy things they don't need, with money they don't have, to impress people who don't care. And in the process, they stay broke. Wealthy people, on the other hand, understand the power of every dollar. They make money work for them, while the poor let money control them. The biggest financial trap for poor people is spending before saving. The moment they receive their paycheck, they start spending rent, groceries, entertainment, unnecessary luxuries, until there is nothing left. Then they wonder why they can never get ahead. The wealthy do the opposite. They pay themselves first. Before spending on anything else, they save and invest. This simple habit changes everything. Poor spending habits are fueled by emotions. When people feel sad, they shop. When they feel happy, They celebrate by spending. When they feel stressed, they buy things to distract themselves. But emotions should never control money. The wealthy understand this. They don't let temporary feelings lead to permanent financial mistakes. Instead, they make logical, disciplined choices with their money. Debt is another trap that keeps people stuck. Many poor people use credit cards to buy things they can't afford, thinking they will pay it off later. But debt is a silent thief. It takes away freedom. It forces people to work just to keep up with payments. Meanwhile, the rich use debt wisely. They borrow money only when it helps them make more money, like investing in a business or real estate. They don't borrow to buy things that lose value. The poor often live beyond their means. They upgrade their phones when the old one still works. They buy expensive clothes to look rich while struggling to pay rent. They eat out every day instead of cooking at home. These small decisions add up over time. The rich live below their means, even when they have money. They focus on growth, not appearances. That is why they continue to build wealth. Financial discipline is a skill. It is not about how much money someone makes. It is about how they manage it. Some people make 6 figures and still live paycheck to paycheck. Others make far less and become financially free. The difference is in their habits. Wealthy people track their expenses. They know exactly where their money goes. Poor people avoid looking at their finances because it makes them uncomfortable. But ignoring a problem never solves it. Impulse buying is one of the biggest killers of financial success. Poor people see something they like and buy it instantly. They don't think about whether they actually need it. The rich practice delayed gratification. They wait. They think. They plan their purchases. This simple discipline allows them to build wealth, while others waste money on things they forget about in a week. One of the smartest financial moves a person can make is investing in knowledge. Many poor people spend money on entertainment, but they won't buy a book on personal finance. They spend on parties, but won't pay for a seminar that could teach them how to grow their income. The rich understand that knowledge is the greatest investment. What you learn today determines your financial future. Wealthy people also know the power of saying no. They don't spend money just because others are doing it. They don't fall into peer pressure. If something doesn't align with their financial goals, they walk away. Poor people, on the other hand, fear missing out. They say yes to every dinner invitation, every shopping trip, every unnecessary expense, because they don't want to feel left out. But real success comes from making smart choices, not popular ones. The biggest difference between the rich and the poor is that the rich plan their future. They don't just live for today. They save for emergencies. They invest for retirement. They set financial goals. The poor live day by day, hoping things will somehow get better. But hope is not a strategy. Success comes from planning and action. One of the most dangerous beliefs poor people have is that they deserve luxury before they earn it. They want the expensive car, the fancy watch, the designer clothes, before they have the wealth to afford it. The rich think differently. They build wealth first, then enjoy luxury later. They understand that patience and discipline lead to lasting success. Poor people often believe that money will solve all their problems. But the truth is, money only amplifies who you are. If you have bad financial habits, more money will not help. You will just waste it faster. That's why lottery winners often go broke. Wealthy people focus on building good money habits first. Then, when they make more money, they know how to handle it wisely. Another reason poor people struggle is that they trade time for money instead of making money work for them. They only think about how to earn a paycheck, but never about how to multiply their money. The rich think differently. They invest in assets, stocks, real estate, businesses that grow over time. This way, money keeps coming in even when they are not working. Wealthy people also avoid lifestyle inflation. When poor people make more money, they instantly increase their spending. They move to a bigger house, buy a new car, eat at expensive restaurants. The rich don't do this. They keep their expenses low and reinvest the extra income into things that generate more money. That's how they stay ahead. A common excuse among the poor is that they don't make enough to save. But saving isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep. Even if someone can only save a little, the habit is more important than the amount. Small savings grow over time. The rich started with small habits before they built massive wealth. Financial success is not luck, it is a result of daily decisions. The rich take full responsibility for their money. The poor blame the economy, their job, or their background. But blaming never changes anything. The The moment you take control of your finances is the moment your life begins to change. One of the most powerful lessons about money is that it should serve you, not control you. Wealthy people don't chase money. They attract it by providing value. They focus on solving problems, improving their skills, and creating opportunities. Poor people, on the other hand, chase money blindly without a clear strategy. This is why they remain stuck. If you want financial freedom, you must change how you think, how you spend, and how you plan for the future. Every dollar you waste today is a lost opportunity. Every smart financial decision you make brings you one step closer to wealth. The choice is yours. In the next chapter, we will uncover the truth about investing versus saving. Most people think saving is enough to build wealth, but that is not true. The rich understand a deeper secret. Money must grow, not just sit in a bank. Get ready to learn how to multiply your money the right way. If you found value in this audiobook, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to United Sports. Your journey to financial success is just getting started. Let's keep going. Investing versus saving. The truth about growing wealth. Most people believe that saving money is the key to financial success. They work hard, put aside a small portion of their income, and hope that one day they will have enough. But what they don't realize is that saving alone will never make them rich. While saving is important, it is not the same as growing wealth. The rich understand this, which is why they focus on investing rather than just saving. Money sitting in a bank account loses value over time. Inflation eats away at its power, making it worth less and less each year. This is why poor people, who only save and never invest, find themselves struggling even after years of hard work. The rich know that money must work for them. They put their money in places where it can grow: stocks, real estate, businesses, and other investments. Fear keeps many people from investing. They worry about losing money, so they hold on to their savings, thinking they are being careful. But in reality, they are taking the biggest risk of all: doing nothing. The rich understand that calculated risk is necessary for success. They educate themselves, take smart risks, and let their money multiply. The difference between saving and investing is like planting a seed versus storing it in a drawer. If you plant the seed, it will grow into a tree that produces fruit for years. But if you keep it locked away, it will never grow. The wealthy plant their money in places where it can multiply, while the poor keep theirs locked away, afraid to let it grow. Many people believe that investing is only for the rich, but that is not true. The wealthy became rich because they invested, not the other way around. Anyone can start investing, even with small amounts. The key is to start early, stay consistent, and let time do the work. The longer your money is invested, the greater the returns. The poor think of money as something they must protect, while the rich think of money as something they must grow. This simple shift in mindset makes all the difference. Instead of working for money their entire lives, the wealthy make their money work for them. This is how financial freedom is created. Every wealthy person understands the power of compounding. Compounding means that your money earns returns, and those returns also start earning returns. Over time, even a small investment can turn into a fortune. This is why the rich invest as early as possible, while the poor keep waiting for the perfect time that never comes. Some people say, "I don't have enough money to invest." But the truth is, they don't have enough money because they don't invest. They spend on unnecessary things, waste money on short-term pleasures, and then wonder why they remain broke. The rich prioritize investing first and spending later. Most people trade their time for money. They work a job, get paid, and repeat the cycle. But time is limited, and there is only so much work a person can do. The rich break free from this cycle by creating assets, things that make money for them even when they are not working. Real estate, stocks, businesses, and intellectual property are examples of assets that generate income without constant effort. Investing is not about luck, it is about knowledge. The rich spend time learning about money, while the poor avoid the topic altogether. They read books, take courses, and surround themselves with successful people who understand wealth. They don't wait for someone to teach them. They take responsibility for their own financial education. Opportunities to invest are everywhere, but most people don't see them because they are not looking. The rich develop an eye for opportunity. They study the market, analyze trends, and take action. They don't wait for the right moment, because they know the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. Many people think that investing is complicated, but the truth is, it is simpler than most believe. The hardest part is changing the mindset. Once a person understands that investing is a necessity, not a choice, they start looking for ways to make it happen. They start small, stay consistent, and let their money grow over time. The poor often rely on saving because they were taught to play it safe. But playing it safe often means staying in the same place forever. The rich understand that calculated risks lead to greater rewards. They do not gamble with money. They invest wisely, making decisions based on knowledge, not emotions. Success is not about how much money a person makes. It is about how much they keep and grow. A person earning millions but spending recklessly will remain broke. But someone earning a modest income who invests wisely can build wealth over time. The difference lies in financial habits. The biggest mistake is waiting. Waiting for the right time, waiting for more money, waiting for the perfect opportunity. The truth is, the longer a person waits, the harder it becomes. The rich start early, stay patient, and allow time to multiply their wealth. The poor delay and lose the most valuable asset of all, time. Those who refuse to invest will always work for those who do. It is that simple. The people who own businesses, stocks, and real estate create jobs for those who don't. The question is, do you want to be the person working for money or the person making money work for you? The poor spend money and hope for the best. The rich invest money and expect results. They understand that money is a tool, not a goal. They do not chase money. They build systems that attract it. They do not rely on luck. They rely on strategy. Wealth is not about income. It is about habits. Even a person with a small salary can build wealth if they develop the habit of investing. But a person with a high salary who spends carelessly will remain broke. The difference is in discipline and financial intelligence. The journey to wealth starts with a decision. A decision to stop waiting, stop making excuses, and start taking action. The rich take control of their finances, while the poor let their finances control them. The choice is yours. In the next part, we will uncover another important truth: why hard work alone won't make you rich. If you've ever wondered why some of the hardest working people remain poor while others create massive wealth, you won't want to miss this. Stay tuned. And if you found this valuable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to United Sports for more life-changing lessons. Why hard work alone won't make you rich. Most people are taught from a young age that working hard is the key to success. They believe that if they put in more hours, push themselves to exhaustion, and never stop grinding, they will eventually become wealthy. But look around. There are millions of people who work hard every single day, yet remain stuck in the same financial struggles. Hard work is important, but it is not enough. If working hard was the only factor in success, then laborers, factory workers, and janitors would be millionaires. But they aren't, because there's something more to wealth than just effort. The difference between rich and poor isn't the number of hours they work. It's what they work on and how they think. Poor people trade time for money. They work at a job, get a paycheck, and repeat the cycle. But the rich make money work for them. They invest, build businesses, and create systems that generate income even when they are not physically working. They understand that time is limited, but wealth can grow infinitely when leveraged correctly. The wealthy also know how to use leverage. Leverage means using tools, systems, or other people's skills to multiply results. A business owner leverages employees. An investor leverages money. A content creator leverages the internet. Hard work alone won't make you rich, but smart leverage will. If you are only relying on your own strength and time, you will always be limited. The key is to shift from working harder to working smarter. Many people believe that success is about grinding nonstop, but that mindset leads to burnout, not wealth. The truly rich don't just work hard, they work efficiently. They focus on high-impact activities that bring exponential returns. Instead of doing everything themselves, they delegate, automate, and focus on the tasks that create the most value. A person working 16 hours a day at minimum wage will never match someone who spends 4 hours making smart financial moves. Another major difference is how rich and poor people use their time. The poor waste time on distractions, endless scrolling, meaningless gossip, or entertainment that adds no value. The rich see time as their most valuable asset. They invest time in learning, improving, and building. Every book they read, every skill they acquire, every habit they develop brings them closer to financial freedom. The question is, how are you using your time? Money rewards those who create value. The world doesn't pay you for how hard you work. It pays you for the problems you solve. A doctor makes more than a cashier because they solve a bigger problem. A CEO earns millions because they manage a billion-dollar company. If you want to increase your income, don't just work harder. Work on increasing the value you bring to the world. Learn skills that matter, solve problems that impact people, and wealth will follow. Fear of failure keeps many people trapped in poverty. Poor people avoid risks because they are afraid to lose money. The rich know that failure is part of the process. They take calculated risks, learn from mistakes, and keep moving forward. Every wealthy person has lost money at some point, but they didn't stop. They saw each failure as a lesson, not a defeat. The only real failure is refusing to try. Poor people chase money. Rich people attract it. When you are desperate for money, you make bad decisions, taking any job, accepting unfair deals, or making emotional financial choices. But when you focus on creating value and improving yourself, money naturally comes to you. Instead of running after money, become the kind of person that money flows to effortlessly. Most people stay poor because they are afraid to leave their comfort zone. They settle for low-paying jobs, avoid taking risks, and fear stepping into the unknown. But everything you want, financial freedom, success, a better life, exists outside your comfort zone. The rich understand this and constantly push themselves beyond their limits. They take action even when they feel fear. They grow, adapt, and evolve. One of the biggest lessons about wealth is that money flows where attention goes. If you focus on scarcity, you will always feel like you don't have enough. If you focus on opportunity, you will start seeing chances everywhere. The rich train their minds to look for possibilities, while the poor focus on obstacles. The way you think about money determines how much you will have. Building wealth is not a one-time effort, it is a daily habit. The rich develop strong financial habits, like saving consistently, investing wisely, and controlling their expenses. The poor, on the other hand, live paycheck to paycheck, spend without thinking, and never invest in their future. Small financial habits, done consistently, lead to massive results over time. Poor people believe that money is the root of all evil. The rich understand that money is a tool that can be used for good or bad. If you see money as evil, you will never attract it. If you see it as a resource for growth, freedom, and impact, you will find ways to earn more of it. Change your mindset, and you will change your bank account. Education doesn't stop after school. The rich are lifelong learners. They read books, attend seminars, and seek mentors who can teach them what schools never did. Meanwhile, the poor stop learning after graduation and rely on outdated knowledge. The more you learn, the more you earn. The greatest investment you can ever make is in yourself. Most people live by excuses. They blame their circumstances, their upbringing, or the economy. The rich take responsibility. They don't wait for someone to rescue them. They create their own success. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you take control of your life. Poor people wait for the right time to start. The rich start now. There will never be a perfect moment. There will always be challenges, obstacles, and reasons to delay. But the only way to succeed is to take action today. Every successful person you admire once stood where you are now. The difference? They started. Money is attracted to those who respect it. If you treat money carelessly, spending it on unnecessary things, avoiding financial education, or ignoring investments, you will always struggle. But if you learn how to manage, multiply, and respect money, it will stay with you. Wealth is not just about numbers in a bank account. It's about freedom, the freedom to choose, to live on your own terms, and to take care of your loved ones. Money gives you options, and options give you power. The rich understand that financial independence is the greatest form of security. Your financial future is in your hands. No one is coming to save you. No government, no employer, no lottery ticket will magically change your life. The only person who can change your financial destiny is you. In the next part, we will discuss the exact steps you need to take to build wealth, escape financial struggles, and create a future of financial freedom. The lessons are simple, but only if you apply them will they change your life. If this audiobook is helping you shift your mindset, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to United Sports for more powerful lessons on wealth, success, and personal growth. The journey to financial freedom continues. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep taking action. The roadmap to financial success. What you must do now. Most people wait for the perfect moment to change their financial situation. They believe that one day, something magical will happen, a better job, a lucky break, or a sudden inheritance. But waiting is the fastest way to stay broke. Wealth is not built on luck, it is built on action. Those who succeed understand that time is their greatest asset. Every day wasted is a day that could have been used to learn, invest, and grow. The first step to financial success is realizing that no one is coming to save you. It is your responsibility to change your life. Success begins with discipline. Poor people often let emotions control their financial decisions. They spend when they feel stressed, buy things to impress others, and avoid learning about money because it feels difficult. But the wealthy understand that discipline is more powerful than motivation. They create financial plans and stick to them, even when it's uncomfortable. They delay short-term pleasure for long-term success. Discipline means saying no to unnecessary spending and yes to investments that will pay off in the future. Building wealth is not about making more money. It is about keeping more of what you make. Many people believe that if they earn more, their problems would disappear. But the truth is, if you cannot manage a small income, you will never manage a large one. The rich don't just earn, they control their spending. They track their expenses, avoid debt, and always live below their means. The poor, on the other hand, often increase their spending every time they make more, staying trapped in the cycle of paycheck to paycheck. The greatest secret of the wealthy is that they don't rely on one income. They build multiple streams of money. While the poor depend entirely on a single paycheck, the rich create sources of income that continue to grow even when they sleep. They invest in stocks, real estate, businesses, and digital assets. They understand that financial freedom is not about working more hours. It is about making money work for them. If you want to be rich, start thinking beyond a paycheck. Fear is the biggest enemy of financial success. Poor people let fear control their decisions. They fear losing money, they fear failing, and they fear what others will think. This fear keeps them from taking the very actions that could change their lives. The wealthy, however, know that failure is just part of the journey. Every millionaire has lost money at some point, but they never let it stop them. They learn, they adapt, and they try again. The only true failure is giving up. Money flows to those who solve problems. The world rewards people who bring value. If you want to make more money, stop asking, "How can I make money?" and start asking, "How can I solve problems?" The biggest companies in the world exist because they solved a problem for millions of people. The more people you help, the more money you will make. Find a way to bring value, and wealth will follow. Your environment shapes your financial future. Poor people surround themselves with others who complain, blame, and make excuses. The wealthy build networks of people who inspire them, teach them, and push them forward. If you spend time with people who talk about success, investments, and growth, you will naturally start thinking the same way. If you are surrounded by negativity, you will remain stuck. Choose your circle wisely. Financial education is the foundation of wealth. Most people spend years in school, but never learn about money. The rich take control of their own education. They read books, attend seminars, and learn from mentors. They understand that knowledge is more valuable than money because with knowledge, you can always make more money. If you want to be rich, start learning about finance, investing, and business. Excuses will keep you poor. Many people believe that they are too young, too old, or too busy to start building wealth. But there is always someone in the same situation who is succeeding. The truth is, the only thing stopping you is yourself. Instead of making excuses, find solutions. You don't need a perfect start. You just need to start. The world is changing, and opportunities are everywhere. The internet has made it easier than ever to build wealth. There are countless ways to make money online, start businesses, and invest with very little capital. But most people never take advantage of these opportunities because they are stuck in outdated ways of thinking. The rich adapt, while the poor resist change. If you want financial freedom, you must be willing to evolve. The biggest financial mistake is relying on a single job for security. In today's world, no job is truly secure. The wealthy understand this, which is why they create financial safety nets. They have emergency funds, investments, and multiple income streams. They never put all their trust in one source of money. The poor, however, live with the constant fear of losing their job because they have no backup plan. The lesson is simple. Never put yourself in a position where one decision from someone else can ruin your life. Success is a habit. Rich people don't wait to feel motivated. They create habits that guarantee success. They save automatically, invest regularly, and constantly seek new opportunities. The poor, on the other hand, live reactively, spending whatever they have and hoping things will get better. If you want to be wealthy, build habits that move you forward every single day. Your mindset determines your wealth. If you believe that making money is difficult, that only lucky people get rich, or that success is not for you, then you will never achieve financial freedom. The rich believe in possibilities. They take control of their lives. They understand that money is not limited. It is created. If you want to be rich, start by changing the way you think. The people who succeed are the ones who take action. Most people listen to advice, feel motivated for a moment, and then go back to their old habits. The wealthy apply what they learn. They take risks, make mistakes, and adjust along the way. The poor stay stuck because they are afraid to take the first step. The only way to fail is to do nothing. Money is a game, and most people don't even know the rules. The rich learn how the game works. They understand taxes, investments, and business strategies. They know how to make money, protect it, and multiply it. The poor, however, go through life without ever understanding these things. If you want to win, you must learn the rules. Your future is in your hands. No matter where you are right now, you have the power to change your financial situation. You don't need to be born rich, you don't need a perfect plan, and you don't need anyone's permission. All you need is the decision to start. Wealth is not about how much money you have today. It is about the actions you take every day. Most people will listen to this and do nothing. They will go back to their old habits, their old beliefs, and their old struggles. But if you will take this knowledge and use it, they will take action, change their mindset, and start building the future they deserve. The choice is yours. This is the roadmap to financial success. The journey is not easy, but it is worth it. If you start today, in a few years, your life will be completely different. If you wait, nothing will change. The question is, will you take action, or will you stay the same? United Sports is here to help you grow and achieve financial success. If you found value in this audiobook, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to United Sports for more powerful lessons on wealth, success, and self-improvement. Your journey to financial freedom starts now. Let's continue learning together.